Welcome back! We finished the first of the 5 Chuck's Challenge level packs at the end of the last video, and in this one we're going to be taking on the second pack, Bebinca, which is represented by that multi-eyed monster we saw a little while ago. I think that's called a Blinky, if I'm not mistaken. Now, one thing before we get started is that I've actually lowered the graphics quality since the last video, mainly just because I think that's what was contributing to the lag that was causing Whoop to be so hard to control. So now I think he'll be a lot easier to control in this one, and I won't have to worry about making so many missteps. So it looks like we got another conversation here, and Chuck is back. Sweet. I think the reason why they had him leave in the first place was because in the mobile version originally, the first pack was free and the rest were downloadable, or purchasable, should I say. So I think they kind of wanted to wrap up the story basically in the first episode, if you will, the first pack. But here Chuck is back and he's designed some new puzzles, and this one seems to involve getting 7 fish with 6 blocks. Now we could try bridging across these rows where the farthest fish are, but that would require 8 blocks. So let's set up an area that we can operate from in the middle of the area so we don't actually have to cross horizontally quite as much anymore. And fill up more water spaces that way, and now we can just cross vertically. This kind of reminds me of a custom chips challenge level called, I think, Islander by Ida Robertson. Which is a cool level, by the way. I highly recommend it, and the set it comes from. Alright, let's get out of here. Sweetness. And here we get a glimpse into how monsters work on the conveyors. Now that tile there in the middle of this room is actually the random conveyor tile, much like the random force floor in chips. But we can't get to that one. However, the one on the next room seems to be surrounded by fake walls, so we'll try that out. But first, an observation. You'll notice that the Nibbles here is sliding at the same speed that Whoop slides at. But the Blinkies over here slide at half that speed, which is basically normal walking speed. So you gotta be careful not to fall them too quickly. Now here we can play around with the random tile, and actually all these walls are fake. And unlike the Link's random force floor, this is actually random. It doesn't cycle through directions. You could go in any direction, theoretically. And here we get some Omnis, which don't slide randomly, they just slide at the normal sliding speed. So that's cool. Well, we've done all we need to do here, so let's get out. Okay, moving on to level 3. We got, a cluster of blocks, and we need to get at least 1 down here. So in order to do that, we gotta traverse this loop thing here, and we gotta clear off enough blocks to make that happen. So I'm just gonna trash a whole bunch of them like that. That ought to do the trick, and I suppose there could have been a second switch there, but I guess one's enough. And here we get another glimpse into red teleports. We go down, but since we can't really go down through the other one, we get deposited through the left side. Kind of like the partial post thing, only without the actual partial post. And here we get a further showcase of that floating or collapsing bridge tile. This is kind of like the recessed wall from Chips, only it leaves water behind instead of a wall. So if you're building a level like in Chips, but you have some flippers, or in this case a jetpack around, then it probably won't work quite as well here. I'm hoping they will introduce a recessed wall tile here in the future, but we'll see though. And here we get more blocks, and you'll notice that there's another kind of block down there. This is actually the mud block from Chips, which is really cool. And we got to get some fish under the blocks. So let's do that. I think I'm going to go this way. This should allow me to get back safely. There we go. Just got to be careful not to let them bounce back on you, and we are out. And here is another floating bridge level. Let's be extra careful and make sure that we don't make any mistakes here. After all, we got to get those fish around the exits. Okay, this is going to be interesting. I think if we go this way, we should be good. Or not. Okay. Big mistake there. There we go. That's more like it. Thankfully, it's a short level. Alright, and here we get more of the bouncers. Let's just be careful about how we eliminate the fish. And I'm going to just get this one here in the corner first before I do my handiwork there. And run to the exits. Perfect. And here we get a Sokoban, a proper Sokoban with some navigational challenge. Uh-oh. So we don't want to push this to the right, because that's going to mess up everything. And we can't really use anything over here from this other room, so we have to put these two on these two buttons. So I'll tell you what, why don't we do this? We'll push you there. We'll move you over there for now. And let's move this back so we'll have some navigation room up over here. And let's move that there so we can push this down there. That should work. Alright, I think we totally got this, guys. We should have this. Perfect. And we are out. Awesome. And here we get some conveyors, but this time we have ice blocks sliding around. Sliding over the fish even. That's pretty interesting. Whoops, I went on the very edge. I meant to go over here. And note that if I try to go in the opposite direction of the conveyor, that I waste some time, so you don't really want to do that. But thankfully we made it out safely without any trouble. And over here we get a simple block pushing challenge. All we have to do is just extract 3 blocks to bridge the exit. This is kind of like a level I designed called When Push Comes to Shove. If you ever get a chance to play some Chips Challenge, definitely check that one out. It's pretty fun. And here we get some golems and some bombs. So this level basically it presents a golem navigation challenge. You have to get both of them over there to destroy those bombs, but the process of doing so is rather interesting. So notice that when we push the switch over here that controls them, they both go in the direction that we're switching them toward. However, if I try pushing them to the right, the one that actually can move, moves to the right, but the other one just faces the wall. So that comes in handy. Unfortunately, at this point, the one on the left can't really move any further without being destroyed, so I don't really want that to happen. So what I'll do is I'll back them up, or back that one up, such that it's all the way over there, while that one just smashes his face in that wall. And now we can try moving him over. Now, if the golem were to actually go onto the switch, let's just say if you had another switch around, then it would go in the direction that it travels to the switch towards, so that's kind of cool. Could make for some interesting puzzles. There we go. Alright, looks like we were successful. And now we get a blue golem navigation challenge. So at this point, all we have to do is just get to the exits. But we can't get that way. Let's try making a run for it. There we go. Perfect. That was a fun one. I really enjoyed that one. And here we get introduced to the concept of clone machines, this time with a block cloner. And you'll notice that those keys are actually inside the tiles with the thin walls, which is pretty cool. So basically, you have to make sure that those ice blocks don't catch up with you, because remember, they can be pushed against each other as long as the path ahead is unblocked. And with those ice corners there, it's only a matter of time before they get over here. But thankfully that's not too bad. We were able to make it. Aw, he's got a little peg leg. That's cool. Okay, and in this level we get another conversation. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the the conversation and switch it was called Switch-tastic, the Sokoban level. That one basically explained the medal thing that I was talking about in the first video actually, where you get rated on how well you do. And they basically explain here as well that the bundles are marked with a difficulty rating, so that's pretty cool. How are we going to beat this, guys? Interesting, okay. There we go, that allows for some room. And there we go, perfect. We got through. You'll notice that there is quite a few challenges in this game involving blocks. Okay, so for this one we see the Limpa and Limpy going on the conveyor and the ice. So let's try to make sure that we don't get caught. Whoops, I accidentally ran into him. There we go, perfect, we made it. And here we get another Sokoban. And this one's much more confined than that last one, so let's be really cautious here. I think I'm gonna do something like... like this, maybe? There we go. Okay, I think I got it. There we go. Now I just gotta get this guy out of there. This kind of reminds me of mixed nuts, except more compressed and less repetitive. There we are. Awesome, we beat it. And here, we've got a different sort of challenge. We got a nibbles inside that formation of blocks, as well as, I forget whether this is Limpa or Limpy, but one of those guys, or two of those guys, circling the blocks. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to set this up such that they die, although that's going to be a bit of a challenge. Yeah, okay. That didn't work as well as I was hoping. Okay, let's actually start that over. Okay, how are we going to get this to work? Well, let's try this. I'm going to stand right there, and that should work. There we go. Alright, and the nibbles just nibbles away. Unfortunately... Oh, wait. I thought going on the floating bridge wouldn't allow us to get back, but I forgot we only need to step on it once, so that's not going to be a problem. I was going to say, I thought we would need 8 blocks for that, but thankfully no. Okay, now we got another ice level, and this one has a golem on it. Interesting. And he's just bouncing around, I guess. And here the keys are on ice. Interesting. Alright, let's just be cautious and not slide into the golem and get a golem in the face. There we go. Yeah, here we go. I just want to make sure I totally didn't take the wrong path there, but unfortunately the yellow door is blocked by an invisible wall, which is not very nice. And it looks like there's also an invisible wall over here too. Let's test that out. Yeah, so that's not going to work. So it looks like we're going to need to use that block. And we got to make sure we don't run into the golem at the same time. So to get to the block, we just need to do this. There we go. Perfect. That wasn't so bad. Whoa, we got tons of fish under these blocks, guys. Well, let's get to work. Now we gotta be careful not to push these blocks up against each other such that they're irretrievable. So I'm gonna be pretty cautious about this. And I may have already messed this up. Maybe not. Oh wait, no I didn't. Okay, good. We're good. We're all good. I'm just gonna clear up some space such that we've got room to maneuver, because that will really help us a lot. This looks kind of fishy. No pun intended. Okay, I got an idea. How about we do this? We bridge over there, and then we get the stuff, and unlock that area. At least get that block out of the way, that red one. There we go. Okay, now we're much more free. That's good. 25 left. 23. Good, good, good. Sweet, we're doing pretty well. We're making some good progress here. I like the fact that the blocks can be used in multiple colors, sometimes as a decoration like this. It really makes the game much more colorful and interesting. And it's definitely a welcome sight after just dealing with brown blocks in Chip's Challenge after all these years. Okay, there we go. The OCD part of me totally wants to make these water spaces with the blocks filled in have the same color order everywhere in a clockwise direction or something like that, but I'm not going to try to do that. In fact, it's too late for that already. And I'm not even going to push those in the water. I'm just going to get out of here. There we go. All done. Sweetness. We've got the snappies here, but this time we got a new item, and this one makes us zip around lightning fast, which is awesome. So I guess these are like speed boots or something. There we go. Okay, we got it. Whoop can be definitely a little bit hard to control with the speed boots, but it's not too bad. He also seems to get a mask when he puts them on. That's interesting. Alright, so here we've got some ice blocks, and we got 2 blocks that we're going to need to get out of that cluster. So let's go ahead and work toward breaking this up. Now, we're going to need to be able to turn down there. So we don't want to use our yellow blocks too quickly. So let's use the ice blocks primarily for the beginning part. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Okay. Doing well, doing well. Alright, I think you might just need 1 yellow block, if I'm not mistaken. I know I'm not doing this in an optimized fashion, but I don't really care. Oh wait, no, you do need both yellow blocks, because of the turn that you'd have to complete there in the corner. So let me get this ice block out of the way. And then I'll push these guys in. There we go. This is a really cool concept. I like this level a lot. Okay, and now all we need is just 1 more ice block, and we are good to go. Sweet. Alright, well we'll continue with this level in the next video.